Welcome back to Myth and Facts. Today we are diving deep into one of the most awaited superhero films of this decade, The Batman Part 2. Ever since Matt Reeves' The Batman released in 2022, fans have been eager to know what's next for Robert Pattinson's Dark Knight. Rumors, leaks, and endless theories have flooded the internet. But which ones are true and which are just myths? That's exactly what we are going to uncover today. First, let's talk about the release date because this has been one of the most confusing aspects. Originally, many fans believed the movie would release in 2025, some even suggesting it would directly clash with James Gunn's Superman Legacy. But that was never the plan. The reality is that production delays, script development, and industry strikes have all pushed the movie further back. The latest confirmed date is October 1st, 2027. Yes, that means fans will have to wait a bit longer. But here's the fact: Warner Brothers and Matt Reeves want this movie done right, not rushed. So while the myth of a 2025 release spread like wildfire, the truth is the film will arrive 2 years later. Now, another big myth circulating online is about cancellation. Some people believe James Gunn's new DC universe, starting with Superman Legacy, would cancel Robert Pattinson's Batman storyline altogether. This myth became so strong that some fans worried The Batman Part 2 would never even be made. But here's the fact. The Batman Part 2 exists in what's called the Elseworlds label. That means it is completely separate from Gunn's DC universe. Robert Pattinson's Batman is safe, and Matt Reeves has full creative control. So, no cancellation, no merger, and no confusion. Two Batmen will exist on screen, but in different timelines. Next, let's move to the cast, because this is where rumors get even wilder. Robert Pattinson is of course returning as Bruce Wayne. Jeffrey Wright will reprise his role as Jim Gordon. Andy Serkis is back as Alfred, and Colin Farrell continues as the Penguin, who is also getting his own spin-off series. But what about Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman? Some reports claim she may not return in Part 2. The fact is, her return has not yet been confirmed officially. So while many fan pages spread the myth that Catwoman is completely written out, the truth is we don't have a final word yet. Until then, it's best to treat it as an open possibility, not a confirmed fact. Another myth was about Robin's debut in this film. Many fans wanted to see a young sidekick join Pattinson's Batman in the sequel. Some even pointed to supposed leaks saying Robin was already cast. But James Gunn himself addressed this, confirming Robin is not part of the Batman Part 2. So that one is pure myth. Before we close this first part, let's clarify something about filming. A lot of early reports suggested production had secretly started in 2024. In reality, the final script was only completed in mid-2025, and official filming won't even begin until spring of 2026. This means the long delay in release makes sense, because the team is still in pre-production stages today. So to summarize the first round of myth-busting, The Batman Part 2 is not cancelled. It's delayed until 2027. As part of the Elseworlds storyline, not James Gunn's DCU. Robert Pattinson, Jeffrey Wright, Andy Serkis, and Colin Farrell are all confirmed, while Zoe Kravitz remains unconfirmed. Robin is not joining this movie, and filming officially begins in 2026. Now that we've cleared up the release date, cancellation rumors, and returning cast, let's dive into the most exciting part, the villains and story theories for The Batman Part 2. This is where the internet is filled with speculation, and many myths are already shaping the way fans think about this movie. One of the biggest myths is that Joker will be the main villain. Since Barry Keoghan's Joker was teased at the end of The Batman, many fans assumed that the sequel would directly feature him as the central threat. But here's the fact. Matt Reeves himself has said Joker is not going to be the main focus of Part 2. Instead, Joker is being built up slowly, possibly for a future movie or even The Batman Part 3. He might make an appearance, but he will not drive the story. So the myth of Joker being the lead villain is busted. If not Joker, then who? That brings us to the Court of Owls theory. For years, fans have speculated that Reeves might introduce this secret society that controls Gotham from the shadows. Many leakers claimed, The Batman Part 2 will officially adapt the Court of Owls storyline. But here's the fact. While the Court of Owls has been discussed, no official confirmation has been made. Reeves has been clear that he wants grounded villains who fit into his realistic Gotham. The Court of Owls could fit that mold, but until we see official details, it remains a theory, not a fact. Another strong rumor is about Hush, the mysterious villain from the comics. Since the Batman hinted at journalist Edward Elliot, many fans connected this to Thomas Elliot, the alter ego of Hush. The myth here is that Hush is 100% confirmed. The truth is, Hush is only a possibility right now. Reeves loves layering subtle clues, and the Elliot name drop was deliberate. But whether that leads to Hush in Part 2 or in a future film is still uncertain. Then there's the myth about Mr. Freeze. Many websites ran headlines claiming Reeves confirmed Mr. Freeze for the sequel. That is not true. What Reeves actually said was that he is interested in exploring villains like Mr. Freeze in a more realistic way. That's not confirmation, it's just interest. So once again, the myth is exaggerated. Mr. Freeze could appear, but nothing is locked in. Penguin, however, is a different story. With Colin Farrell reprising his role and his spin-off HBO Max series leading into Part 2, we know Penguin will play a major role in Gotham's underworld. The fact is, Penguin will likely serve as both a crime boss and a bridge into the larger criminal world of Gotham. He may not be the main villain, but he will definitely shape the story. Another interesting myth is that Two-Face will debut in this film. Fans argue that since Harvey Dent has not yet appeared in Reeves' Gotham, this would be the perfect time to introduce him. While it's true that Harvey Dent could logically fit here, there is zero official confirmation. So far, no casting announcements point to Harvey Dent appearing in Part 2. Finally, let's talk about Catwoman. As mentioned earlier, Zoe Kravitz's involvement is still uncertain. But if she does return, there is speculation that her story could expand into a larger arc involving Gotham's underground crime families. Some fans believe Catwoman could actually team up with Batman again, while others claim she will become a rival. This one remains open, but it shows how many directions the story could go. So here's the truth so far. Joker is not the main villain. Court of Owls, Hush, and Mr. Freeze are theories, not confirmed facts. Penguin will have a strong role thanks to his series, and new characters like Harvey Dent are possible, but not yet announced. Now that we've covered the release date, the myths about cancellation, the cast, and the villains, let's talk about the bigger picture. What the Batman Part 2 means for the future of this trilogy, the spin-off shows, and its place in the larger DC movie landscape. One of the biggest myths floating around is that the Batman trilogy will eventually merge with James Gunn's DC universe. Some fans believe that Robert Pattinson's Batman will one day interact with David Cornsweet's Superman or other upcoming DCU heroes. But here's the fact. Matt Reeves' Batman films are firmly in the Elseworlds category. That means they are standalone, self-contained stories, separate from the DCU canon. James Gunn has confirmed this multiple times. So while fans can dream of a crossover, the truth is that Pattinson's Batman is in his own world, completely independent. Next, let's talk about the future spin-offs. We already know Penguin is getting his own HBO Max series, which will directly connect to Part 2. But another myth was that Arkham Asylum is getting a series to set up the Joker story before the sequel. While Arkham-related projects have been discussed, nothing is fully confirmed yet. So the fact is, Penguin's show is real and happening, while Arkham remains a possibility. Another rumor was about a Catwoman spin-off series starring Zoe Kravitz. Many entertainment blogs claimed it was greenlit, but there has been no official word from Warner Brothers or HBO Max. This is another case of wishful reporting turning into myth. As of now, Catwoman's future is still undecided. When it comes to the Batman Part 3, fans are already theorizing about the trilogy's conclusion. Some claim Reeves has confirmed a 3-film arc ending with Batman facing off against Joker as the ultimate villain. But Reeves himself has only said he has ideas for a trilogy. Nothing beyond Part 2 is officially announced. So, the myth of a fully mapped-out trilogy is not entirely accurate. The fact is, Reeves wants to take it one film at a time, ensuring each movie feels complete but still leaves room for expansion. There's also a myth about the tone of Part 2 being lighter, closer to a traditional superhero film. Some fans believe that since the first movie was very dark and noir-inspired, the sequel will lean more into comic book spectacle. But Reeves has made it clear. His Gotham will stay grounded, gritty, and character-driven. If anything, the story might get darker as Batman faces bigger challenges. So the myth of a lighter Batman movie is simply false. Another fact worth pointing out is the impact of the Batman universe on Warner Brothers as a studio. Even though James Gunn is rebooting the DCU, Warner Brothers clearly sees the Batman as one of their most valuable brands. That means the studio is giving Reeves creative freedom and a long runway to finish his trilogy at his own pace. This ensures consistency and avoids the rushed mistakes of past DC projects. Finally, let's talk about fan expectations. Some myths and leaks are based purely on fan hope, like Robin appearing, Joker leading the story, or massive crossovers with the DCU. The truth is, Part 2 will most likely follow the same grounded detective noir tone, with Batman facing a villain that challenges him both mentally and morally. Reeves' vision is less about flashy cameos and more about storytelling depth. So to conclude, The Batman Part 2 is not cancelled, but delayed until October 1st, 2027. It's a part of Elseworlds, not James Gunn's DCU. The main villain is not Joker, though he may appear in a smaller role. Court of Owls, Hush, and Mr. Freeze remain unconfirmed theories. Penguin will play a key role, while Catwoman's return is still uncertain. Spin-offs are planned, with Penguin confirmed and others still rumored. And finally, the movie will keep its dark, grounded tone, building toward a long-term trilogy without rushing into superhero crossovers. That's the truth behind the myths of The Batman Part 2. Thank you for watching Myth and Facts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite upcoming movies.